Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the William Henry B12 Burns here with me for a review, but hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's see what do we have here. Let's see how big this guy is, because very interesting one. This is going to be a 7-inch long overall knife with a 4-inch long handle and a 3-inch long blade. So not a big one for sure, but let's see how this guy is comparing up against some popular options. For example, here you have Ontario Rad number 1. And here, guess what? Yes, Ontario Rad number 2. Boom, look at that. Kind of like the same size of the Ontario number 2. Definitely smaller than the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, but let's see how it does compare up against the Spyderco Para 3. Kind of like the same ballpark, a little bit smaller than that. Pretty much same size of the bag out from Benchmade, but still a little bit smaller, and definitely smaller than the mini bag out. So it's right in between these two offerings from Benchmade. But let's see, for example, up against the Sebenza. This is a large Sebenza 21 by Chris Reeve Knives, and this is the smaller brother from also Chris Reeve Knives. This is the small Sebenza 21. Very comparable in size, just a little bit bigger than this Sebenza. And if you check another couple big boys, this is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, designed by Peter Rassenti, and this is the 520, designed by Philippe Georget, also by Custom Knife Factory, both like huge guys. Let me show you another couple. Here, very cool EDC size. This is the Shirogorov Neon R20, a little bit bigger than that. And this is, of course, the Shirogorov F95 Slim Nudist, way bigger than that. And let me show you another couple of gentlemen's options here, because we are in the gentleman's ballpark. And this is the Fontenil Pateau Lagoyol Nature, and this is another Fontenil Pateau, but this is the Letier Nature. And you can see that we are in the ballpark of gentleman's knife. So let me show you something classy, because yeah, this is the Holt Bladeworks Spectre version 3 Prestige, and let me show you some other goodness over there. Of course, large Nirvana, Peter Rassenti, and we have another Croatian, Mr. G Gorky Knives, Mini Ares. And just because we have it here, yeah, why not? That's the Drifter by Skiff Knives. And want to see another one? Why not? Look at that. Alliance Design Slim Mini Pickens. Really cool indeed. And let's see, what do we have here? Guys, this is the B12 Burns by William Henry. It's a very interesting knife, limited edition. It's a button lock. It's a titanium button lock. There's 500 of these made, and this is like a very interesting knife, super classy, very slick, very slim, very light, very discreet, very elegant, very expensive, because this guy is made in the US, but it's going to be around $650. And it's titanium, of course. You've got a couple of standoffs. You have nice lines. So you have these 3 lines when closed that are defining like the flow of the overall knife. When it's closed, it's sleek. You have this gentle line over here, beautiful curve. It's very classy, I have to say. The scales are done in aerospace grade titanium. They are anodized gold. Look at that. I mean, it's beautifully done. There's nothing much to say, and it's simple. Don't get me wrong, but it's precisely made. So like you have some nice chamfering going on, very sleek. You have no internal skeletonization. So that's going to reflect a little bit in the weight, because this is like really tiny one, so there's not much weight to it. But you have not much internal chamfering going on, just a little bit on the external. You have 3D milling, and you have basically this very cool finger groove going on over here, which is a continuation of the sharpening choil. So this becomes like a finger choil, halfway on the blade and halfway on the handle. So cool. And then you have like big finger grooves, so you can allocate a couple, and then third finger is just gonna be there. So nice grip indeed. You have a couple of standoffs over here, no backspacer, and no lanyard hole for you to attach any lanyard, so forget about that. You've got some pretty cool blade centering over here. It's yeah, it's pretty much centered, maybe a hair to the favoring the clip side, just a hair, yeah. And you cannot touch the tip of the blade, so it's safely recessed into the scale, so very cool. The overall look when closed, it's just classy and sleek and gentleman's looking, no questions about that. Thumb stud opening only. You can, I mean, you can pinch it, but the main way you're gonna deploy this guy is just gonna be like this via the thumb stud, and it's gonna be pretty straightforward. I mean, you have a set of screw needed, which is a T6 for this one, and I think this is a T5. So I'm not gonna disassemble this guy because I'm honestly scared about these guys, so that's not the best. But it's there, so it should be pretty straightforward to disassemble. You just a couple of screws and you're basically done. You have a button lock in this case, so there's not going to be any lock face insert, lock bar stabilizer, internal lock bar relief, there's D10 ceramic ball. No, there's nothing, because of course this is just a button lock and you know how it works. There's a spring that pushes this lock up here into this notch and locks the blade in place. Same thing, goes back, and there's like another detent which is made by a ramp right there, and then when you overcome the ramp like so, then the blade can be deployed. So very simple, very effective kind of lock, which eliminates all sort of issues that are coming with a frame lock, for example. So pretty much good to go. You have a nice dip carry, like true dip carry pocket clip. Look at that, goes up to here. It can be reversed, so you can just unscrew this two screws here and just flip it over, and it's going to be tip-up carry only, of course, but it's going to be reversible, so that's another plus. The blade length of this guy is going to be 3 inches, and it's a very cool one, guys. So this is a bead blasted black wave Damascus with an extra strong core of ZDP 189 steel. So if you can see maybe like that, you can see that there is waves, and this is kind of like a Dama core kind of thing, but it's Damascus with a strong core, so kind of like a Sanmai configuration, so with a steel core and a jacket of Damascus around the core. So really cool. This is of course one hand button lock, and the thumb stud and the button lock, they have, look at that, they have inset smoky quartz, 1 and 2. How cool can a knife be? Look at that little detail, just gorgeous. And I mean, nice crowning on the spine of the blade, a little bit of swedge going on, pretty much full belly up to the sharpening choil. This feels like a hollow grind, and the stock thickness is so thin. This is a pure slicer. It's beautiful. The logo, William Henry logo, it's right here. It's silver. I'm not like a fan of logos on the blade, because I mean, even on this blade, yeah, it's fine, but I would have preferred something more sterile looking. But I mean, overall, it's I accept that. It's not a big deal. And then, I mean, come on, you have that. You shouldn't be putting this. It should be just like clear. But that's just me. Also, you've got basically no jimping whatsoever going on the blade, not on the spine, not on the heel, nothing. It's just pretty much sleek all the way around. And then you have the sound, which is this one. So clacky, it's nice and clacky. When you close it, it's just pretty much inaudible, super muffled, discreet, nobody's gonna notice. When you open it, oops, it's nice. It's not that obtrusive. It's strong, but not loud, and has a nice tinkle to it. So it's pleasant. In the hand, this guy feels pretty good. And let's see how much is the weight. Because this guy, I suspect is like 2 point something ounces, because it feels really light in the hand. And this guy is gonna be 2.27. Look at that. So pretty light indeed, with no hot spots whatsoever. It's so slim. Even this guy over here, it's not gonna be bothering you. You're gonna be good to go. There's no jimping, as we said. You can really choke up like that, but this is like a lightweight use knife. It's not like something you would butt on with it. You can do like a reverse grip. Yeah, you can, but it's not advised, I think, in my opinion. It feels though like a solid, like nothing is flexing. It feels well put together, even if it's thin, slick and slim and light. Because fit and finish is, it's a good thing in this one. Not really see any gaps or misalignment whatsoever. There's a low amount of parts involved in this build, but still, it's pretty well put together in my books. Of course, no rattling when shaken. There is no blade play when you try to wiggle like that. The action is a little bit on the stiff side, so you see, like, I mean, deployment action is good because thumb stud works well, but you don't have the fidget ability of a button lock, like you see, probably because this is still brand new, needs to be broken in, so the action is not as good as it would be with some breaking in time. So I don't want to judge that because this is just a brand new one. I can still feel some button stick. Maybe you can hear it if I deploy this strong like that, and then you see, yeah, so there's a little bit of stick, but that's kind of normal with the button locks. They tend to do that, so it's not an issue. It's gonna wear out with time eventually. So just consider the finger sore, if any, because of the design of the thumb stud. It can be a little bit sharp if you play with this for too much time and you don't have any calluses on your fingertip. It might get some finger soreness because of that. And also, something really cool I wanted to say about the clip, it's very nicely designed. There's the right amount of tension, is absolutely perfect. I would have preferred maybe a little bit more clip ramp over here, but it's good, it's gorgeous. It's just gonna hide completely your knife in your pocket. Absolutely fantastic dip carry over here. You have, of course, like a washer, pivot system right underneath the hood, and that's why the action is not like free falling drop shot or anything. It's just like a classy knife, gentleman, so nothing like that. Detent strength is strong, and you have some nice look at this, you see, you have some nice detent suction, so it's very good. Overall, you have also like your engraving here with your serial number, by the way. And overall, I mean, this is it's a very classy knife. I like the overall shapes involved in this build. It's a classy one. It's elegant. You have like smoky quartz on the thumb stud. I mean, come on, and on the button lock, and nice titanium anodized, really cool button lock. The blade is just ridiculous with this this ZDP core right there. It's there's so much going on this one. It's a little one, it's small, it's tiny, it's shiny, it's elegant, and it's light, so I like it very much. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.